Arrested in Nairobi over the weekend for flouting the daily curfew as the government tightens the noose on those still defiant. The 506 were placed under mandatory quarantine in line with the directive issued by the Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe. According to the CS, all those found outside during curfew hours would be assumed to have been exposed to the virus. And the Nairobi Regional Commissioner Wilson Jenga says that Nairobi alone has 1,185 people in forced quarantine. SKTN's Brian Otieno with more.
This video that has gone viral online shows some of the people in a quarantine facility in Nairobi escaping, raising concerns about how this may undermine government efforts to flatten the curve. The Ministry of Health, however, says it's following up on the matter.
And we've activated channels through the Ministry of Interior who are following up on this issue, and we'll be able to update you once all the information is collected and the investigations are undertaken.
The escapees are suspected to be among those that were picked up in a swoop by police, targeting violators of the dusk to dawn curfew and the social distancing guidelines. 506 were netted over the weekend, and Nairobi Regional Commissioner Wilson Jenga has warned that the government would not relent. Those defying the cessation of movement into and out of the Nairobi metropolis have also been cautioned.
Last night we underhanded people breaking curfew. We are waiting again for processing to quarantine. And the areas which have become notorious are areas of Kilimani, Kasarani, Kayole and Buruburu. And that is where we are going to concentrate our efforts.
Let us not play tricks, because the tricks that we are playing are not going to make us finish the disease that we want to kill, the coronavirus.
In Ruaka, shops were closed to allow for fumigation after it was reported on Monday that 4 residents had tested positive. In Emali, Makueni County, 37 people were arrested defying the curfew. Among them were 30 commercial sex workers and their clients who were all placed in quarantine.
Now the direction is very clear. The instructions are very clear. You have flouted the curfew, and the option available for you is now to be quarantined at your own expenses.
And Nakuru County bar owners still operating their businesses during this period have been warned that they risk losing their licenses.
Some 6 were found locked in a bar and enjoying their drink. And of course, there are those who are serving them. We have also taken those to a mandatory quarantine at Kitty, and they will be there for 14 days, and they will pay the bill.
We wish to urge all the residents of Nakuru to continue observing the preventive guidelines issued by the Ministry of Health, and more in particular also to be patriotic citizens and report persons who are violating these regulations and whose consequences may be adverse for all of us.
But even as the government intensifies its crackdown on curfew violators, questions are emerging as to whether forced quarantine will contain the spread of the coronavirus. Brian Otieno, KTN News.
The Big Q.